people, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal and this is Blonde Book Reviews, and today we're going to be jumping into a book haul. Now usually at this time of the month I would be posting a pick pong video, which is my monthly TBR game. Don't worry, that is still coming out. It's just going to be coming out on Tuesday the 31st, so a little later, just because I didn't have time to film it in the usual time frame I would to be able to get it edited and out to you today, but it is still definitely coming, don't worry. This is just an extra little additional video for you of all of the books that I've acquired since December 2022. So we have 24 books to go through today. These are in like no particular order. They're just in a stack that's sitting here that I have acquired and been putting aside to film. Some of these were gifted to me, some of them are ARCs that I've received from my new job at work. Some of them I have gotten from op shops, some of them I've got from free little libraries. So yeah, let's just dive on in and see what we got. So firstly, my brother-in-law for Christmas gave me Jade War and Jade City, which is the Fonda Lee Green Bone Saga. Book 1 and book 2. I was so excited. I literally screamed when I opened these up for Christmas. I'm so excited to get into this and be absolutely broken by this. I have such high hopes, so I'm a little bit scared going into this because I've had a lot of high hopes for fantasies lately and been a little disappointed. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen with this series. I do kind of love to go into these kind of like epic fantasies quite blind and just trust the process. But what I do know about this is that jade is a stone that apparently enhances like a warrior's natural strength and speed, and this is kind of like this war that's going on because it's becoming more and more rare. That's all I really know. I know it's a very politically driven fantasy, which is either a love or a hate for me, so we shall see. The lovely Casey from Through the Pages sent me for Christmas And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer by Frederick Borkman. This is the beautiful hardback little mini edition. And she said, Merry Christmas, I hope you love this. I have heard amazing things. Lots of love from Casey. I was very excited when I saw this one. Nice little surprise. I'm obviously trying to collect all of the Frederick Borkmans. I absolutely love and adore his writing, so I was excited to see this one brought off my wish list. The amazing Hannah Blackwell bought me Malice by John Gwynne for Christmas. I was a co-host for one of her readathons, and she sent me this one for Christmas as a big thank you for being a part of that, and I'm very, very excited to jump into a John Gwynne. Another thing where this is this big epic fantasy that a lot of people absolutely adore, and I'm hoping and I have very high hopes for. So fingers crossed for this one. This is the Faithful and the Fallen series by John Gwynne. I won from a giveaway from Kim's Library, As Seen on TV by Meredith Shaw. You would have probably seen this in my December hopeful TBR when I did a skipping pick pong and just reading what I hope for, but I didn't get around to it. But this was obviously a recent haul from then. This is the one that they say you should read if you're a fan of Gilmore Girls. It says adorable and steamy fun that's full of Gilmore Girl vibes by Amy Jimenez. So very excited to jump into this. They had me at Gilmore Girls. This next one, Set on You by Amy Lee, I put on my wish list before some of the comments came out about it having Harry Potter references in it. So that kind of made me a little bit less hesitant to read it, but I still love the idea of it. So I'm hoping that I can get past the Harry Potter references that I thought we were moved past and just enjoy this one for what it is meant to be, which is a fun contemporary forced proximity kind of romance, I believe. Curvy fitness influencer Crystal Shen builds her career shattering gym stereotypes. After a recent breakup, she has little time left for men, instead finding joy in the gym, her place of power and positivity. Enter firefighter Scott Ritchie, the smug new gym patron who routinely steals her favorite squat rack. Soon sparks start flying. ... While Anthony and I were in the Blue Mountains, I managed to pick up a copy of the Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa, yeah. This one I only picked up because Paige from Pages with Paige I'd heard talk about it, and I feel like it's going to be a good time. The ironic thing is I purchased this from an op shop that the funds from purchasing things went to help cats that were in like to help adopt cats. So I just thought that was really ironic that that's where I purchased it from. Another one that I picked up from that op shop is a historical fiction called The Steady Running of the Hour by Justin Go. This I picked up because I haven't read a lot of historical fictions written by men. A lot of my historical fictions I have are written by women. And this one here, apparently there was an estate that was left but was never claimed, and he is the next rightful owner, and he needs to go and prove that he deserves this estate. And they kind of say it is part love story, part historical thriller. So kind of the good vibe that I'm after. Next we got When the War Was Here. This is by Roxanne Valedsos. Which was the girl who wrote The Girl They Left Behind. But this one here is an epic World War II tale of star-crossed lovers separated by class, circumstances, and tragedy. And it's based in Hungary in 1943. This was definitely a cover buy for me. I love a good historical fiction that has this kind of cover. I just am always drawn to them. I don't know why, considering they're very overdone, but love me a historical fiction from this kind of time frame. So yeah, excited. I picked up The Breakdown by B.A. Paris, which was the one who wrote Behind Closed Doors. This was purely just an author buy for me. I have no idea what this is about. I haven't even read Behind Closed Doors, but I grabbed it from an op shop for $2 thinking that if I liked Behind Closed Doors, I would have another thriller from that author. Next, I picked up a free book from Free Little Library, which is Traveling with Children. It's the Lonely Planet Guide. Obviously, since we've had Addie, we haven't really been able to do much traveling, but we do plan to try and do as much traveling as we can. We don't want her to like stop us from traveling. So I just liked the idea of a book that might be able to give me some tips and tricks. It also talks about different places in the world and what you can do with children in that area. So I liked that idea that it would give us some children-friendly activities for different places when we travel. I picked up The Bronze Key. This is in the Magisterium series by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. I haven't read book one in this series, but I've been slowly collecting it, and I saw that this was for free at a bookshop. They had it in there, all children's books free today only, and this was in the children's section, so I picked it up ready to add to that series. So when I do finally read it, I have it ready to go. I might try and do like a read the whole series in once I finally get the complete series, because they are quite small. This next one I was super stoked to find, which was A Dog's Promise by W. Bruce Cameron. This is the person that wrote A Dog's Purpose, I think is what the first one in the series is called. This is the continuation. I think this is book 3 in the series. I absolutely loved A Dog's Purpose. I cried so hard and loved the movies that have been done. W. Bruce Cameron is amazing at writing from the perspective of a dog and from an animal in general. He's done other ones that weren't just from perspective of dogs, and I am very, very excited to finally have this on my shelf because I've read the other two and been trying to track this one down. Next we have The Natural Way of Things by Charlotte Woods, and this actually is a signed copy, which I thought was really cool, which I picked up for $2. But it says here, 2 women awaken from a drugged sleep to find themselves imprisoned in a broken down property in the middle of nowhere. Strangers to each other, they have no idea where they are or how they came to be there with 8 other girls, forced to wear strange uniforms, their heads shaved, guards by 2 inept but viciously armed jailers, and a nurse. The girls all have something in common, but what is it? What crime has brought them here from the city? Who is the mysterious security company responsible for this desolate place with its brutal rules, its total isolation from the contemporary world? Doing hard labor under a sweltering sun, the prisoners soon learn what links them. In each girl's past is a sexual scandal with a powerful man. They pray for rescue. But when the food starts running out, it becomes clear that the jailers have all become the jailed. The girl can only rescue themselves. I feel like this is going to be either really, really amazing or poorly done, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Let me know if you've read this one. Also, if you can hear a weird sound that sounds like farting, it is just my next door neighbor whippersnipping, so I apologize. Next up, we got Bridges of Clay by Marcus Zucas. I got this for $2. I am so excited to finally complete my Marcus Zucas collection. I have not read this one, obviously. I just needed to get a copy as soon as I saw it was Marcus Zucas. I didn't even read about it. I just knew that I needed it because his books are some of my favorite. I just have not read this one. So to finally get a copy and in such good condition for $2, I was absolutely stoked. These next few, I managed to score from Pages with Paige. She was doing a massive unhaul. I will have that linked if you want to go and check it out. She unhauled, I think, like 200 plus books. And she was kind enough to say, hey, do you want any of these? And I was like, yes, please. So I scored a nice little pile from her, which she kindly sent to me, which was fantastic. First on that was the hardback of Gideon the 9th by Tasman Muir. This was purely a Bookstagram, booktube made me do it. I have no idea what this book is about. All I know is that it sounds like when people talk about it that it is up my alley. I love this cover. I love the premise of this. I love the fact that it is hardback, and I love the fact that it was free. So that's pretty much the only reason why I got this. Next up, we have How to Make Friends with the Dark. This is by Kathleen Glazer. This was purely because Michelle from Michelle's Library said that she adored this and gave it 5 stars, and it was a very surprising read for her. So I had it on my wish list anyways from that. So when it was in the pile of books that Paige was getting rid of, I thought it was only fair that I grabbed. We have Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. This is just to help continue my collection of the Red Rising series. The only downfall obviously is the fact that it is different size to the copies that I have, but I don't even care at this point because it was free. Then we have Ace of Shades by Amanda Foodie. This one here I asked Paige about, and she said that she thought that I would like it, and it's a beautiful hardback edition, which are harder to get here in Australia, so I loved the idea of that. It says here, welcome to the city of sin, where casino families reign, gangs infest the streets, and secrets hide in every shadow. So I don't know, we'll see. I don't even know what genre this is. Another one that was on my wish list that I'm very excited that she was getting rid of, and is also in hardback edition, is Witches of Ash and Ruin. This one was on my wish list because someone had said to me that if you like Sarah J Maas, you will like this book. I am not like a huge Sarah J Maas fan, but I have enjoyed what I have read from her, so I thought that I would give this a shot. Now let's go to some of the ARCs that I have received from work. Now obviously some of these have already well and truly come out. What it is when I go into work, there is previous ARCs all in the kitchen that you can just take that are no longer needed for publicity or things that we're doing at work, so these are just free for all. So the first one is The Bookseller's Apprentice, which is the sequel to The Greatest Bookshop in the World, I think it is. You would have seen a beautiful edition. This is obviously an art copy, so it doesn't look anything like the real edition, but I just pretty much grabbed this because I wanted to have the sequel for when I finally read the first copy, and I love the fact that it is black with the beautiful gold embossing. These next 3 my manager recommended to me, and she said like that I should take them and read them. Most of these are contemporary fiction, which is not my usual go-to, but I am trusting her when she said that they are amazing reads. The first is The Truth About Her by Jacqueline Maley. Obviously these are all ARCs, so the covers of these probably look very different to the actual cover, which I will put up here so you can see it. And as I said, I know nothing about these other than that my boss recommended them. Lona by Georgina Young says, life is what happens to you while you're busy cancelling other plans. So this is a really cool cover. I don't know if this is close to the actual cover. This is the actual cover up here, but I just love this ARC cover. This one I believe came out in 2020, so August 2020, but yeah, I'm excited to read it. And lastly, we have Loveland by Robert Lukens. Yes, Robert Lukens. This one is another one of those that my boss recommended. So you can tell that I'm easily influenced because she just thrust books at me and said read them, and I said sure, why not, and I grabbed them and brought them home. There is no way I'm going to try and hold all of these up because the pile is way too big. But I have acquired some new books, which I'm very, very excited about. Obviously, I didn't need any of these new books. Am I thankful for the people that sent them to me? Very much so, so I appreciate that. There's absolutely no pressure, but if you are wondering, my wish list is down below. So if you're ever looking to send me a book, my wish list is there. I also have Addie's wish list down there as well if you ever want to send Addie a book. My other social media platforms are there as well if you want to follow me on those. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because I would love to watch the channel, love to help the channel grow and have you join the fam. Also, I just want to let you guys know, if you aren't already familiar, I will be returning to Tuesday night reading sprints, 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday is the plan. So make sure you come and hang out and do some reading with me on Tuesdays. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend and happy reading. Bye!